I think it's a response to all the immigration policies put out by Trump in the past couple of weeks. People letting their voices be heard.
What democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy
What I hope to see after this process is like we keep doing this, keep putting the pressure on Trump to let him know that his immigration policies aren't popular with most Americans.
Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Maybe take into consideration that most immigrants are interwoven in the American fabric, and it's you can't you can't divide people like that. People's whole lives are here, and you need to take that into consideration before you pass any more of these policies.
Well, I'm an immigrant, and I have a lot of family that we're all from Mexico. You know, we have all immigrated here, and it means that I get to stand up for them, for people who still don't have papers, or for anyone who's immigrated. Really, it's not just for myself. It's bigger than myself. I don't think that building a wall is really going to solve anything. I think that's kind of just putting a band-aid on a bigger issue. That's still not going to stop. People from coming in. I mean, they're always going to find ways. So, and then as far as the ban goes, I mean, that's the same thing, and that's definitely just like a discrimination. There's other ways to go about, solving those kinds of issues.
Is there anything you would like to say to Trump right now?
He just needs to open his mind more and realize who makes up this country, who the backbone of this country really is. So that's what I would say to Trump.
If this video were to reach Trump, what would you like to tell him?
Fight back. You know what I mean? Power never concedes anything without demands, and this is the time when folks need to be united. And not only folks are being affected by this, but especially folks who aren't necessarily the most affected need to be in the streets and demanding that we do, that the people in positions of power make concrete steps to, protect the folks that are in our communities and that are trying to get into our communities. Because at the end of the day, American imperialism has created so much of the, refugee crisis in the world today, and so many of the people that are coming to our country are fleeing, whether it's religious or economic or whatever violence that they're facing in their home countries. So much of that is caused by us, our foreign policy. And so I would say that we as Americans especially have a responsibility to be standing up against that, and to be standing up against those who are vulnerable in our communities, and also to those people that hopefully we their back, and those of us who are out here are hopefully going to continue this struggle in our daily lives and not just come out to the park on a Saturday to yell, but really try to accomplish concrete changes.
Luchando por justicia, no nos moverán porque estamos bien organizados. No nos moverán. Immigrants are welcome here.
Significa mucho porque venimos muchos inmigrantes a este país, y ahora con eso que está pasando del nuevo presidente, está revolviendo mucho las cosas, está atacando mucho a la comunidad, en específico la latina, los mexicanos, y espero que haya algo bueno de esta caminata, pues, y las que vienen. El cambio sería un trato más justo a nosotros los inmigrantes, a las personas que venimos a trabajar, a buscar un mejor futuro para nuestros hijos. y aportar, porque aportamos algo a este país.
¿Hay alguna cosa que le quiera decir a Donald Trump?
Pues, ojalá y Dios le afloje, le ablande el corazón y que sea más humanitario, porque no todo lo que él dice es de los inmigrantes, que venimos a robar, a matar, que venimos a vender droga. No todos somos así.
Refugees.
That's right,
The human
refugees.
rights.
People have just been lied to for 4 years by Donald Trump.
It's such an
And believe
unproductive
it's
form of
Our social
energy to
justice.
focus on something that's pushing people out rather than holding people in, welcoming them in, and figuring out how to make
The
this shit
less
work.
stable our borders are, the more instability there's going to be in our nation. We take a look at France. We take
But
a
why
look at
do you think the
Germany.
borders are so unstable if net migration is zero? We already know.
Why do you
accept
think?
that.
Why do you think Germany is electing the first right-wing government in decades since the Second World War? Why do you think
Why
Britain
are you
left
making
the
a
European
Why
Rise
are
of,
you making this argument?
rise
This
of
is
nationalism
America.
and racism
This is
across
not
the world,
Europe.
I guess, maybe.
Here's an answer to that. Because the U.S.
The human condition has the sickness in
The
it.
US
that we still
US
haven't figured out how to fix.
The U.S. through its invasions of places like Iraq and Afghanistan fucked shit up
It
in
did.
the Middle East.
It did, and
You know that.
I don't agree with any of that at all. I think that's one of the worst things we could have done.
But that's why the refugee flows have come into Europe.
Yes.
And Europe has been very generous. God bless them, and they're suffering a little bit. And we're taking next to none of them. We caused the problem, and we're taking we put a ceiling at like 30,000 or something of Syrian refugees. Well, we just fuck shit up.
So let me
with our
ask you
tax
this
money.
question then. Why is there
By
not
the
a
way, we also fuck shit up for everybody south of the border
Oh, sure.
in the long, long history of America.
So my
And
question
now,
for you-
we're saying no. Fuck you, get out.
It's drawbridge politics. It's drawbridge politics.
My
plain and
question
simple.
for you then is why do you think there's not a single Arabian country within that vicinity in the Middle East that's taking them in? Saudi Arabia has 100,000 air
I agree with you.
conditioned
That's a
ships right
problem. I
now.
agree with you. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
but why
But
are they
some
not
of them are
taking
though.
them?
Some of them are. Some of them, their populations have like doubled.
What's your
like
answer to
Jordan,
that?
some of these places.
My answer to that is the reason that they're not taking them in is because they're aware of the issue within
Well,
Syria
well,
of radical.
well, some of them are, but some of them, like Lebanon, are taking like almost their populations have like doubled. They have taken a huge amount, and so.
And they're suffering massive instability within their country now. There are riots and
Maybe
protests
so.
in the street by
Okay,
thousands of people.
maybe so. But-
White people are the immigrants. They are natives.
This group of people was here before you and I were.
Just as there are people who were here before him, there are people who were there before him. So I think it's stupid to say that anyone claims the land.
Allies, where y'all at? Come on! Help us deport your other people!
I've been blown up for 10 minutes.
So I think it's stupid for any person to claim that a color owns land or an ethnicity owns land. Again, I'm for immigration. I want immigration to be done legally.
I know, you said that.
Yeah, I'm all for immigration.
You kind of see how this stuff plays out too, like the police coming in, they're kind of protecting you. I know you're like a singular person, they're protecting you rather than the other folks here.
Man with the sign. Please step away from the kids area. Honestly. Is there an issue with me? There's actually an ordinance about like creepy, racist people standing by.
Well,
seriously, get away.
I'm gonna say this point blank, I would any day rather have an undocumented immigrant in this country than a dude like you coming in from Canada with the views you have, period, point blank. Like that would be far my preference.
Sure, and you're free to say that just as much as I'm free to say the opposite.
I still feel so curious. If you're a reasonable person and you obviously do have some compassion, what feeds you?
Yeah, what animates you so much on this
message?
of all issues? Why this?
What is it?
Yeah, why don't you get a
You know,
yeah,
what do you think of Steve Bannon?
Well, I
What do you think of that
we
guy?
need to secure our borders.
Oh, come on. What do you think of him personally?
at all costs, regardless of what the people in power are willing to do and say.
And by the way, I think the 60% or the majority of people who are quote unquote undocumented are the overstayers of visas.
Yes, that's true.
Lawyers, there's a lot of them who want
Yes.
undocumented immigration.
Of course.
And so there's the E-Verify and all that stuff. But that's not where your vote energies go. You go to this, which is I mean,
So employers want illegal immigrants because they can pay them less. They're off the books. They're not bound to the laws of the country. You can treat them however you want. Illegal immigrants in this country are treated terribly by people because if you complain about being paid under minimum wage or you complain about safety regulations or
those are some
anything,
good points.
you'll be deported.
Right, those are some good points.
Right, it's
But-
true. I still don't understand what's the connection between your reason and this
Our reason
division.
is if we want to help people, specifically the people with illegal immigrants, let's do so by helping them in their country. Let's help promote a Mexican economy. Because if Mexico is prosperous, we benefit
And
from that also.
how is building an actual wall or increasing the actual wall going to help
Well, the
them?
irony is Mexico doesn't want to take back our illegal immigrants that we catch. We try and send them back. Mexico says no. Mexico especially doesn't want to take back the ones who commit crimes too. Mexico is pushing its immigration forward.
And how many of them are committing crimes?
How many?
Yeah, how many people, how many undocumented?
Even if we say 1% of them, even if we say 1% of them, that's 1% unnecessary crime that we
What about the 99?
Well,
Okay, so the 99 other percent that are not committing crimes,
I
they're
want
paying
them to
taxes,
come
they're
legally.
contributing, they're
Actually,
enriching the culture.
I want them to
We
come
don't
legally.
care. That's doesn't matter.
I want
Only
to
it
help
matters
people.
the 1%.
I want to help people.
The
and helping
culture
them.
of this, you live here in Los Angeles, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The culture of this city, half of it is built by the people you want to keep out, man.
Que luchen, más que nada que luchen y la otra que se porten bien pues, que no hagamos cosas malas, que sigamos las reglas de este país.